good, y'all? This is Carus Epps of the Carolina Friday Night Lights and the Beaufort Boys of Distinction. Please tune in to the Gospel According to BR Jr. to hear my story Tuesday at 6 p.m. Tune in. Support your boy. Support the movement.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is your boy, the Gospel According to BR Jr., and I'm back. And guess what? This time I'm live. I am live right now on Facebook, on all my platforms, YouTube. You can see it in the top corner. That is a live button. And like I said, I am nervous like heck that this is live because you can't make no mistakes with no live show. So I went and got one of my young gunners just in case if I mess up, he gonna mess up with me. I brought on my show today my whole boy, Mr. Carus Epps. He is the host of the podcast. He is the host of a new high school football show right here in the Beaufort, Savannah, Charleston area called Carolina Friday Night Lights. And also this young man, he also is starting is the founder of a new group called nonprofit organization called Beaufort Boys of Distinction. What's up, Carl? What's going on with you today, man?
Man, what's up, man? Just chilling, man. Staying safe out here, staying in the house right now.
Hey, the weather is kind of gloomy today, but I think we're gonna be all right. I know Cars from a long time when I coached at Whale Branch. I had the opportunity of coaching him in football, and I met this young man, and I must say that just like all the other kids I had previously and everything, he was one of these young kids that just stuck to me. And I must say that, dude, you're doing some good things right now after you graduated from Whale Branch. Just tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Like you said, my name is Carus Epps. I grew up right here in Beaufort. I go to South Carolina State University right now. Just born in the church as a youngin, grew up, Christian household, family oriented, all of that.
Cool. Now you went to Whale Branch and everything. Whale Branch Early College High School for all of you that's familiar with it that are watching, our local Beaufort people. I hope all your boys watching today. We've been trying to promote this thing and everything because I love pushing young folk that's trying to do something out, and especially out in the community and everything like that. And he from that little side of 95 over there, the little cut back there. What y'all calling over there, Carl?
We call it what? DeVoe Hill. We DeVoe Hill.
DeVoe Hill.
DeVoe Hill.
That's all my cousin Jody Bryant, Stacy, Tot, Hilda, Ryder, all of us, Monica Mack, back in the day. So, hey, I must say, like I said, dude, you're doing some good things. Now, you venturing off. You ventured off a little bit, and COVID brought you back home. What happened with that?
So like at first I was thinking we was gonna go to school, but then COVID struck, so like they closed down campus for like the whole, half of the spring semester. So I was like, dang, like I still need to, network and stuff. Cause like when you in school, it's easier to like branch out to people and reach out to them. So I took a little hiatus, went to Charlotte, connect with a few companies. So that's how I brought up my podcast. I partnered with the company called Scout My Game. And what Scout My Game does, at first they were helping kids overseas get recruited, like in like foreign places. And like they get recruited right here in the USA. So they was thinking like, why, if we doing it there, why not bring it to the USA and help, the in-house stuff. So I started my little podcast.
Okay, so now Carolina Friday Night Lights, is it just our area of Beaufort, or is it like Charleston, the whole Low Country, or just wherever they send you at?
Basically it's like the whole South Carolina, but I'm just starting out, so I just started with local schools because it's at home, so why not, start with people you knew and grew up with. So Yeah.
Okay. So if you're so like if with who have you featured on the show? For first of all, when was your first show and who have you featured so far on it?
My first show was I think it was like October the 9th or 10th, and it was one of my friends. You know, he went to Woodland High School. Torian Singletary. He played quarterback at South Carolina State right now. He was my first guest, and my second show was with one of my old teammates at my old college in Bluefield, Deshaun Walker. Shout out to him. And I got a show with Cash and Stephon coming up too. So that's already done. We just processing that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do just sports or do you branch off into I know it's a sports show, but do
Mhm.
you branch off into like maybe some other topics to discuss or what?
Mhm. So I do either the interviews with like college players. I'm gonna start doing interviews with high school players, and I talk about mostly like faith and stuff like that, overcoming obstacles. You know, the mental and spiritual aspect of sports because like when you playing sports, it's not just physical. You gotta have your mind right. You have to be able to take on whatever comes to you. And that's like you need the you need the mental capacity, and you need to be in tune. With the spirit. Higher power. So that's how I look
True,
at it.
true, true, true. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Now, you was a football guy now. You was a football
Yeah.
guy. So now
Mhm.
that you're doing the podcast, have you done any sports that you have no experience of, like lacrosse or water
Uh,
polo? I mean, you gonna cover it all or what?
sooner or later, I'm looking into it because, like, around here is what baseball, basketball, football, and
Okay.
I'm looking to branch out sooner or later, in the years to come. But it's gonna be rough. I mean, my major in college is sports management, so I'm learning about different sports and the business aspects around it. So, sooner or later, I'll probably branch out, and see what's out there.
Okay. So, um, I mean, how does somebody go about? I know, me and you've been talking back and forth for the
Hmm.
last few weeks since you started the podcast. But if somebody was wanting to do the sports side of this, how would they? How did you get your? What made you? What was your drive? What was your passion for wanting to do this?
So like. I'm supposed to be playing football like right now, and
Hmm.
it took a little. Since I transferred from Bluefield and went to South Carolina State, I had to take a
Hmm.
year off of sports. And when you're taking that year off, you're like, dang. So football is all I know. I'm not playing. I'm not in my
Yeah,
element. So you looking out, and you just like your mindset is like, dang, is it really for me? Because like I became really impatient. So I'm like, you know
yeah,
what? I
yeah,
just need to find something else because football, like even when you getting older, football not gonna always be there. You gotta always be able to,
true,
fix your
true.
purpose to things. So like, I was like, I should just, help people out. So I was thinking about this even when I was in Virginia. I was 18 years old, thinking about how can I like give back to my community. You know what I'm saying? So like, how can I
Yeah,
put other people on game? So I was like, sooner or later, I'm gonna start this podcast. And like, lo and behold, like I had the opportunity to partner with the company. I just took off from there. So like, if you want to start it, you just gotta have a purpose behind it. So you can't just be out here like, oh,
exactly
I'm gonna
right.
talk about sports. Like you have to say why you want to talk about sports. What's the ambition? What motivates you to get up and help other people? Because podcasting, that's really all you're doing. You're talking, you giving them perspective on what you know. So
True,
yeah.
true. Now you talking about, you said a word that caught my ear, and that
Mhm.
was purpose. You are a young man that believes in the man upstairs. And
Mhm.
how much does your faith play into you with sports and everything? Because there's a bunch of times where when I got up when I was coaching, coaching you and everything like that, I saw you,
Mhm.
on the side giving God a do before you even stepped out on that field. How does
Mhm.
that play into your life in this part of your career?
Uh, when I think about faith, it's more so of like a perception, because most people when you have faith in something, like and you be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. People like outside of you, they'll be like, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? And so you
Mhm.
start to like venture off from your path, so like because everybody around you is saying like you can't do that, you can't do this. But like if you have if you're in tune with God, basically you praying, you talking to him, and you have like that vision. It's that vision you need from him. So basically, I saw this video with Tyrese. He was saying how he's a dreamer with his eyes open, like so he can see things like with his like eyes open. Like mostly people be like you dreaming with your eyes closed. But if you have like that vision with your eyes open, you can see like basically like a third eye. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to
Yep.
get like too
True.
spiritual,
True.
but like yeah, it's just basically you have to know what's up with God, and you're supposed to know what's up with yourself. So you got to be locked in.
Definitely. Definitely. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, what do you have lined up next? I know you said you took a little brief take a little brief hiatus because I know you got school and everything, but like I said, you're still
Mm-hmm.
in college.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's next for the Carolina Friday Night Lights? Because we're getting ready to go in the playoffs. So what are you going to be doing anything for the playoff season?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna have Jalen on the show. I didn't reach out to him yet, but I'm gonna have him on the show sooner or later. Shout out Jalen Reeves. But I'll be out
Jalen
there with
Reed
the.
doing his thing. Yep.
I'm gonna be I make videos for them. I take pictures. I'm gonna have like this little YouTube thing going. I'm gonna start posting them because they're undefeated. That's like the first time in World Branch history of like
Yeah.
football team going undefeated. Like they some
Yeah.
dogs for
Yeah.
that for sure. So,
True,
like
true, true. Trust me.
yeah,
I know all them second round exits, but I'm telling you,
yeah,
the year
yeah.
every year that we think we get there, and I think this year, hey, from what I've seen, man,
Mhm,
Coach Hatcher got them boys right over there. So we will
mhm,
see. We will see what's what. So what
mhm,
we gonna do right now is we gonna take a little brief intermission. So, because like I said, right now this is his first go around. So I'm gonna give
mhm.
the youngster a little bit of opportunity to check his brand. And then when we come back, we're gonna talk about
If I were gonna sum up what made me go into teaching,
folks. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button, folks. See that? That's what happens when you live. I got the jitters. This is my first live show, so please, man, thank you for bearing with me. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a commercial break, a little small 30-second break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk with Carus about his nonprofit organization, the Beaufort Boys of Distinction. This is a part of the show that I've been really waiting on because for a young man to have something like this, to want to start something like this, really, really, really says a lot. So stay with the gospel.
My fellow South Carolinians, Stephen Colbert here. Together we can slow the spread of COVID-19. If you have to be out and about, please remember to maintain 6 feet of social distance and cover your face with a mask. That's how we all stay South Carolina strong. For more health guidelines, visit DHEC's website at scdhec.gov/stayscstrong.
All right, we are back with Mr. Carus Epps of Carolina Friday Night Lights. And right now, we're going to have a conversation about his nonprofit organization, Beaufort Boys of Distinction. Dude, when you first told me that you got this nonprofit organization together, I was really, really, really proud of you for wanting to do something like that. And I
Mhm.
told you it was gonna be a lot of footwork, and you really, really
Oh
stepped
yeah.
into it. Just tell the people about your nonprofit.
So my nonprofit is called Beaufort Boys of Distinction. Basically it's about accountability, because growing up, you don't really like with me, I grew up in a single parent home and the only like males I could look up to were my uncles. So it's like I'm learning everything from them. So like even in school, you need like role models and stuff like that. So basically I want to have like if I'm adopted from my organization I have at South Carolina State called 101 Black Men, and basically it's about transformation, community service, and brotherhood. So I wanted to have like big brothers, like say if you like 18, 15, basically teenagers being held accountable for like the younger people that's going to be in the organization, and everybody just become as one, we work together, bring the community together. We just be rocking like that.
True, true. Now the name Beaufort Boys of Distinction. Where'd you
Mhm.
get that from? How did you
Uh,
how did you come up with that? Just say.
honestly, it took a minute because at first I wanted to call it like Project. I wanted to call it Project 843 or something. But I was like, that can be an actual project, and go out through that whole 843 Low Country area, and just bring people together. So like Beaufort Boys of Distinction, I was just thinking like, okay, we in Beaufort, and I wanted to say something about young men, but I was like, nah, it can be boys because they growing up, and once they become men, they'll be done with it, and they'll probably end up coming and working in the organization and bringing more people in as men. So, and distinction, basically, you have to be well groomed, you have to look the part, and you have to act the so. So, yeah.
True. Yeah, you're a young man that got some swagger. Now I must say you can teach me a few things about dressing. Cause see, I don't I got a big neck, so I don't like wearing ties or nothing like that. So I could
Mhm.
from what I've seen of you can teach me a few things about neckties and bow ties and all of that stuff like
All
that.
right. See, I
So
just learned.
so um is it and that's I always ask these questions. Is it just says Beaufort Boys of Distinction? Is it just for young men, the young boys in Beaufort, or if anybody want to put their son or someone in your organization like this to where you can mentor them? Is it
Mhm.
open to everybody or just one area?
Um, Honestly, I have it open to everybody because I don't want to have to turn a kid down. That's hard. Turning like a kid down. That's just so hard to me. I can't do it. So like I'll
True.
open up to anybody.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
okay,
probably
okay. So
ages 6 to 18. I think 6 to 18 or
okay,
5 to 18.
I was getting ready. I was getting ready to ask you that question. What was the age groups and everything like that? So what are some things within the program that you have that you're going to be doing with them? You said how to dress and everything like that, how to be
Mhm.
presentable and stuff like that. Is it going to be involving like teaching them how to go on job interviews,
Oh
and all
yeah.
of that stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I was gonna have like financial literacy because like that's not taught in school. I teach
Mhm.
them how to invest their money. Yeah, basically job interviews, how to talk to people. Because public speaking is a big thing, and as kids, that we do what projects in school, but like you're not really formally taught how to have a conversation, a corporate conversation with people, and like growing up like that in this area like I'm trying to invest in the city and bring more businesses and stuff like that towards the city. So like I want them to be able to like talk to people in a corporate manner.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, literally, you don't see. I mean, and how old are you again?
I'm 20.
20. Okay, you turned what 20 last year or this year?
I turned 20 in June this year.
June. Okay, okay. Just the sheer fact that you're doing this and you're doing a podcast show and you're still in college and
Mhm.
you're still working and pulling all of this off. You had to relocate back home because of COVID. Dude, that's a lot, and I gotta give you credit, man. You're doing a really good job and taking
Appreciate it.
advantage of every single opportunity that's being presented to you. I gotta give you credit, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Cool, cool. So, give us if people want to donate and contribute to the Beaufort Boys of Distinction. Give us some contact information on how they can reach you.
All right, so I'm still in the act of, bringing everything together because the paperwork hasn't been finalized at all. So
Okay, okay.
I don't want to just take money from people and they be thinking like, oh, you scamming us. Like, nah, don't send me no
True,
money
true,
yet. Don't send me no money yet.
true,
My email is in this ticker right here,
true.
carusae0607@gmail.com, or on Facebook you can DM me on Facebook, or you can DM me on Instagram at 843EPS at 843EPPS.
All right, you see it. You see it right there in the bottom of your screen. He's putting the information. He's not collecting money now, folks. He's still in the process of establishing. But when he gets it all established, and trust me, when he gets it all established, you're gonna hear it right here on the gospel. I'm gonna have him back on, We're gonna be talking about some more things. I just like the sheer fact that this young man is doing some great stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one more break, and we'll be right back to put a wrap on this show. Stay tuned. Stay with us.
If I were gonna sum up what made me go into teaching, I would say faith, family, and former teachers. I mean, besides my parents, my former teachers were the most influential people in my life. And I wanted to communicate a sense of purpose and passion and give my time to these students just the way those teachers had invested in me.
All right. We are back, and we're going to go ahead and put a wrap on this first ever live show, Gospel According to BR Junior, man. I'm telling you, I told you that this was going to be difficult. I rushed home, and I said, God, I hope he's not nervous, because if he's not nervous, I'm nervous. I hate to put him in a predicament like this, but I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you. I know your mom is proud of you. I know your family is. Look, this boy is a Spring Hill AME.
Oh yeah,
product.
Shout out Spring Hill.
Spring Hill AME product, and just right down the road, I'm a Canaan Missionary Baptist. So shout out to Canaan Missionary Baptist Church, and shout out to Spring Hill AME African Methodist
Episcopal. Yes, sir.
I know I just spit all over my camera and everything.
Oh,
but yo,
man.
I want to thank you, man. I want to thank you for being on the gospel. Like I said, you're doing big things. And one more time, tell the people how they can reach you if they have any more information, any questions about Beaufort Boys of Distinction, and tell them how can they see and hear you on your podcast.
All right, so like I said, it's in this ticket right here. If you want to email me anything, if you're trying to be real professional about it, it's right here. CARUSAE0607 And if you want to get at me on Facebook, it's Carus Epps, CARUSEPPS. I'll be in a vest, a tie, walking in slow motion with my twist on. And I have an Instagram. I have an Instagram right here at 843EPPS. That's FEPPS. Oh yeah, if you were trying to check out the podcast, it's Carolina Friday Night Lights on Apple Podcasts. I'm gonna have it on YouTube sooner or later. Oh, also follow the Carolina Friday Night Lights Instagram page. It's Carolina FNL. So yeah.
You see, again, this live stuff is not easy. I got script sitting right here next to me. I answered all the questions and everything. He was prepared, and we still messed up. I'm a one-man band in this thing, but yo, I want to thank everybody for watching our first live show. And next week's guest, I ain't gonna say it, but she's been technically on the gospel before, and I just dropped a hint. So, Carl, again, I want to thank you for being on the Gospel According to BR Junior, and we look forward to seeing bigger and greater things from you. So,
Yes,
until next week, folks, I'll see y'all next time.
all right, y'all.